with Diamond Dinosaur. Grab your kit, let's craft and score. Big dog barks and football plays. Diamond Dinosaur.
Hey guys, it's Mary Lee, the Diamond Dinosaur 33. Coming at you on this lovely Sunday morning. I thought I'd sitting here diamond painting in the quiet and figure I would get on and do a little whip and chat, and yeah, so I figured I would do that. So first, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it. If you so choose, if you could hit that like button and give me a thumbs up, or subscribe and turn on your notifications, that would be awesome. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for returning. I also hope you enjoy this whip, and remember that you are very much appreciated and loved in this safe space where dinosaurs come and roam. So today I'm trying to finish up Dinosaur Battle. I have a this is the biggest one I have going right now, and I would just like to get it done and out of the way. I've been working on it for a couple months, but I've been going back and forth because it's so big. So that's what I'm working on. It's from DAC. My pen today is a Swampwood pen made from a gator block of Kelly green and silver to honor my Philadelphia Eagles. But to me, it kind of looked like it was scaly and stuff, you know, like a dinosaur. So gators are dinosaurs after all. So I'm using that today. And in my multi-placer, I'm using some alien putty given to my friend over at Kitty 4 Crafts. And then my trinket tray is from Sparkling Nana. It is the pup in a tub, along with the matching trash jar. My drill tray today is from my favorite trays company, Bijou Bliss. It is the one that is all magnetic, and this is their one of their newest colors. I think it's tri-fall colors, something like that. I don't remember, but this is the original size, but it is also a tall wall. Okay. So YouTube, what would y'all like to talk about today? I don't have anything specific. I was just up early because I couldn't sleep because of my back pain, which hopefully that's going to be rectified because I have my epidural on Tuesday. I just don't know what time. So I have a busy week this week. I have the epidural on Tuesday along with Eagles open practice Tuesday night. So I do think I am going to have an extra ticket. My neighbor who went with me a couple years ago has not gotten back to me, and my good friend from town, I don't think she's going to be able to go. I haven't heard back from her either. So it looks like I will be eating the cost of one open practice ticket, which was $15. So it is what it is at the end of the day. I can't do anything about it, and that is okay, right? So I did watch the Eagles game yesterday. I'm sorry, it was their second preseason game against the Patriots. They lost by 4. And again, for preseason, it's not about winning and losing in preseason. It's about learning the schemes and you know, getting to know the play calling and stuff like that. And we have a new offensive coordinator this year, so that is a big deal. So I'm not surprised that they lost, but I am very, very happy to see that they've kind of pulled themselves together, because the first preseason game they did not do well. They lost that one too, but they just didn't play well. A lot of penalties, so it looks like they got their fundamentals in check for this one. So they have one more preseason game, which is next Friday, actually this Friday coming, against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I will be at that game as well. I'm going to try to do I'm going to try and do some lives while I'm there, just to see how it works out. I figured that would be fun. The season opener is coming quickly. Before you know it, it'll be the holiday season, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Eagles. You know, I will pull for them and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to also go back over my picks this week, or this year again, like I did last year. So I think that was kind of fun for me. And again, I know I've been talking about this before, about maybe changing my channel up a little bit. When I say that, I mean, I do a fair enough of unboxings. You know, anything that I unbox was not given to me, anything like that. It is, I'm not affiliate of anybody. I was an affiliate of Painted Maeve. I don't even know if I still am. I haven't really done anything or spoken to them or anything like that, but I've never received anything free. So everything that I open and unbox, I end up paying for, which is fine. I don't want anything free. I am not doing this channel. This channel is not for monetary gain in any way. So I think what I'm going to do is, we always see these unboxings, and you know, it's probably because we never see a review of what they look like afterward. Very, very, very rarely. Not that I see, and I don't really follow a lot of diamond painting content creators, only because I have OCD and anxiety, and sometimes let's just say it this way, if I am following and subscribing to all these people, I really stress out about not being able to watch any of their videos because I'm too busy or I'm too behind, and that would really, 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 it would really stress me out. I mean, I no longer use our DVR. My husband still does, but I no longer use it, because if I'm recording a show and it takes me 2 weeks to watch the first episode, clearly I don't want to watch it in the beginning, in the first place, so I won't record it anymore. So I'm just kind of really bizarre and weird like that, so I don't want to stress myself out over shit like that, so I just choose not to do it. If somebody comes across my feed and I enjoy them, then I will watch them, but I'm not going to try to be all into it. I mean, I have a lot of friends that watch a lot of different content creators like every day. I am not retired. I work a full-time job. Well, let me say it this way. I've come to the realization that I kind of feel like I am retired, because all I do is diamond paint in my craft room in my free time and watch my birdies outside on camera. So I'm literally working just to support my habits of diamond painting and birds. So that's how I look at it. But anyway, you know, I'm not a retired person, so I don't have all the time in the world, you know, to watch these things. And yes, could I watch them while I was working? I do work from home. Yes, I could. But the reason I don't watch diamond painting stuff when I'm working is because then I get agitated because I can't diamond paint. So, yeah, guys, your friend, the Diamond Dinosaur 33, she's a effing weirdo, period. But yeah, so that's how I feel about that. But anyway, I think I'm going to do some like reviews. So like when I finish this canvas, I'll do just a quick short of how I think it turned out. So I think I'm going to do that. So if I unbox it, you know, I'll try to do a review. I'm going to just try to, you know, let me rewind. It doesn't matter whether I unbox it or not. If it's here and I'm doing it, when I'm done, it'll get reviewed. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm thinking about it, but I'm also thinking about making that switch up after the first of the year. because, you know, I have some bigger canvases here that I'm going to work on. I mean, August 31st is the Kit Up event on Zoom for Diamond Painting Around the World's Ricari Paint Along. So I've chosen my Ricari. I'm going to do the Plague Doctor because he's already kitted up. Now, I thought about doing Godzilla, my custom of Godzilla. I know Eve would love to see it done. And I still might do that. I'm still undecided. But here's my thing. Last year, this time, I was in a really good place. Meaning, yes, I had a large stash, but I would only do 2 whips. I would only have 2 whips going at a time. And then I decided towards the end of the year, my New Year's resolution was going to be to get my stash down. I was going to start doing, I was going to have 4 whips going at a time. And every time I finished one, I would start a new kit. That was the goal. And I figured it would help me. I felt like it would help my anxiety out. My OCD a little bit. But I did that and it didn't go, it went okay, but it didn't go okay. It just kind of stressed me out more. And I ended up having all these whips, and they were part of them. Some of them were in an event. I had the pink and black I was doing. I had the Margaret Morales I was doing. I had the Ivy Dollamore I was doing. And then I was doing a heart event in February for Diamond Painting Around the World, her paint along for Heart Month. And it was just very, very, very overwhelming to me. And I'm still, I don't want to say recovering from that, because all of those whips are now done. But currently I have this going. I have my Bride of Frankenstein in the castle. And that is one I took on. It was so beautiful when I opened it. I decided right off the bat to take that and do it on the retreat. So I have like 2 more rows of that to do. And then I have Puffy, my dog, the custom of my dog. And he's kind of big too. He's not as big as this, but he's kind of big too. So I know he's going to be a permanent whip, because I'm not going to be able to work on him every day. And then I have my temperature chart, which I can't really count because that's a year-long project. So for the Ricari event, I'm going to have the Plague Doctor or Godzilla going. And then there's the Camp Diamond Lake. And I'm going to do a Christopher Lavelle for that. And then the first of the year is the Mega Challenge. I don't know if I'm going to do the Margaret Morales for Mary Morales. I don't know if I'm going to do that event. I don't want to be bothered with having to watch live videos and stuff, but I really did enjoy doing the artwork more than I thought I would. So that might be a nice little change up from, you know, Ricari. I don't know. I'm undecided. I don't have to participate in the videos, but I can do it as a paint along, right? And then the Mega Challenge. The Mega Challenge starts on January 1st. And I got to be honest, I see a lot of people that are going to be doing that. And that's awesome. I think it's great to see the community come out for this. I think it's going to be a fun challenge. I'm actually going to double dip and tie that into the 27 and 27 challenge that I'm doing, which for those of you that are my subscribers, you know that I'm going to be doing 27 dragons in 27. So I'll be doing Spectrum of Dragons for the Mega, and that'll give me 7 dragons. Because I'm not counting the canvases, I'm counting the dragons. So because that's such a large canvas, and a lot of my dragons are large canvases, I don't want to have too many big canvases going at one time. So I'm trying to get through what I'm getting through and move on with it. So I don't know. So I guess it's a toss-up between Godzilla and the Plague Doctor. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. again, I don't expect Puffy to be a whip that stresses me out because, you know, I'm not going to be able to do Puffy if I'm thinking about him and he makes me cry, and I'm not going to do that. It's here to do whenever I feel like it. So, I mean, I could, in actuality, if I could get this done and The Bride of Frankenstein and then start Godzilla and then have the Christopher Lavelle going, that wouldn't be too horrible. Because, you know, Godzilla is never going to be a burden, not for nothing. So, yeah. So I'm still tossing around which one I'm going to do. And I did my tag questions for my 5 favorite artists, so that was posted. If you guys haven't watched, I mean, I can give you a brief upscale thing. Number 5 was Sheena Pike. Number 4 was Stanley Morrison. Number 3 was Enes Guerrero. Number 2 was Ricari, and number 1 was Christopher Lavelle. So, and again, I know you guys know that I'm no longer buying from DAC, so that's going to cut into my Christopher Lavelle and my Enes Guerrero. It's not really going to cut into my Stanley Morrison because I can buy his canvases from Mystical Dream Diamonds and the one with the diamond art. A little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, I'll still be able to get them. So, I don't have no ghost stories to tell at all. Not today, anyway. Again, I wasn't expecting to do the whip. I just decided to do it because, you know, I was up early and my back was hurting, and I was out early in the yard today, putting my bird feeders back out. Because of the storm this morning, I brought them in last night. Took down some branches in the one tree, which I probably shouldn't have because of my back, but it needed to be done. So now I'm just chilling. My epidural, I can't really wait for that because it's so... I can't believe the difference I feel once the epidural hits and the ablation is currently working. I had my ablation in June. So that's good to go for at least 6 months, maybe longer, depending on how it reacts to the epidural. But my back has been bad. Like, it was bad enough that yesterday when I was out looking at puppies and doggies, that I needed to take my cane with me because I just didn't feel 100% stable. So I'll probably end up having to take my cane to the link for open practice in the game, just to be safe. I'm glad to see that it was a quiet weekend on DAC. I did see not a lot of stuff sold out as of yesterday, at the end of the day, but yeah, I just don't understand why all this stuff sells out anyway. I just don't. I'm tired of trying to figure it out and complaining about it. I'm tired of seeing people complain about it. Just make your decision. You're either in or you're out. You know? Like, just stop it. What are we doing here? It's ridiculous. My husband, I haven't really talked to him because he was at wrestling all day yesterday, so I'm just wondering how he seemed to enjoy the show. I didn't really talk to him because I was in bed when he came home. So I'm waiting for him to get up. He'll usually do the grocery store for me, which is wonderful, to be honest. Oh my God, yesterday when I was gone, right? I did not lock up my granddaughter, my granddog, Helena. I did not lock her up. And, well, let's just say when we came home, I did not see this on the couch. My daughter did. She got a full bag of sunflower seeds that I have for the birds that was not even opened and decimated it on my couch. And we were able to save most of the sunflowers, but I'm like, girl, this is not even something you eat. So you literally ripped that shit open just to be destructive. She got a hold of my little dinosaur that my dear friend Beth over at Whipping Through History got me on the retreat for. You heat it up in the microwave, you can put it on your neck. It's a dinosaur, it's so cute. She didn't do any damage to it, but she left it alone. So now that's put up. She got my Cerave moisturizing lotion. She chewed the shit out of the nozzle, so now you have to open it and just stick your hand in and take a bunch of it. It's disgusting. She was just not a good girl yesterday, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, there's no reason for you to be destructive. And, you know, I guess she, now more than ever, is the separation anxiety because Bella is not here. Bella has since passed. Bella, her sister, that she was raised with. So with Bella not being here, she feels very alone. So I think I'm gonna, you know, talk to my husband because I've noticed that the past few times. You know, when I would leave her alone when Bella was alive, here and there you might find something that she chewed, but lately it's more. It's happening more and more. So, you know, it's definitely, I think, more than ever, she probably needs somebody. And I thought maybe get a younger one and they would play and, you know, but we'll see. You know, I told my husband I definitely don't want I don't want a large dog. I would love to have a blue-nosed pitty, but I definitely don't want a large dog. As I've gotten older with the back issues that I have and stuff like that, I need a little dog that I can take care of. So I'm looking at like a Pekingese or a Shih Tzu, like something puffy size, but not an asshole like Sherman, because Sherman's a douche. So when people look at me and they go, oh my God, look at that little dog, he's so cute. What kind of dog is he? I'm like, oh, he's a mixed breed. He's half Pomeranian, half asshole. Because that's pretty much what he is. And the sun is finally coming out. My bird pool fountain is starting to run because it's on solar. So, it's starting to come alive and turn on. So I also forgot all about this. I'm a big, huge Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon fan. Like, I love the genre. I clearly love dragons. And I'm rewatching House of the Dragon. And, you know, I love Rhaenyra. I love Daemon. Daemon is probably my favorite character. But I read the books before I saw the show, clearly. I love Daemon Targaryen. I think Matt Smith was the perfect person to play Daemon Targaryen. He's just got such a swag about him. So I love him as Daemon Targaryen. Like, okay, so kind of like, you know, the women always say, oh, what's your gimme? What's your gimme? He could potentially be a gimme, but he can't be Matt Smith. He has to be Daemon Targaryen. So anyway, what I was saying is I have this whole book that I forgot that I bought, and it's about, you know, House of the Dragon and like the histories, right, of the Targaryens and stuff. So I think maybe when I'm doing my 27 dragons, I'll tell one of those stories that are in that book. I thought that would be awesome. And I could even do it in this accent so it would seem more realistic to the show, right? I mean, I can speak all the dragons' names. You know, I mean, currently in House of the Dragon, we saw in the first 3 seasons Syrax, Caraxes, Sheepstealer, Vermithor, Silverwing, Seasmoke, Tessarian, Arix, Vermax, Stormcloud, I don't think I saw Tyraxes, but then you had Vagar, Dreamfire, Sunfire. Yeah, so there's quite a few dragons in House of the Dragons. And we still have not seen Cannibal. He's a feral dragon on Dragonstone. Who else haven't we seen? I thought there was another one. And I said Silverwing. So, a lot of dragons. And unfortunately, we all know how it turns out. But if I remember correctly, some dragons do survive. We don't know where they are. They sleep under, they'll get in a cave and they'll hibernate there forever. I mean, it seems like that, but you have to remember that Daemon and Viserys's father, or I should say grandfather, Jaehaerys, I can't remember what the other name for him is, king, but King Jaehaerys and his wife Alysanne, they were the riders of Vermithor and Silverwing. So have had no riders all this time, and they've just been hanging out at Dragonstone, probably underneath the castle. Oh, so that's where I was going. I wanted to see, I think I have it saved somewhere. No. I think I have it saved. Let me see. Let me lurk. Hold on. Hold, please. Hold, please. That's my little hold music. Okay, so the dragons that survive the Dance of the Dragons, which is the war, are Sheepstealer. If this is by the book, so according to the book, Sheepstealer, actually he bonded with a dragon seed called Nettles. In the book, Rhaenyra ordered her to be killed because she had an affair with Daemon. And Sheepstealer and Nettles fled to the mountains, never pretty much to be seen again. They're probably still, Sheepstealer is probably still alive. Silverwing was Queen Alysanne's dragon, and also the dragon of Sir Ulf the White, traitor. She eventually went wild after Ulf died and nested on an island in Red Lake. And she lived out her days refusing all attempts of anyone to ride her. The cannibal, he's all black. He's no other color, just black, living on Dragonstone. He fed on dead dragons, carcasses, and hatchlings. He was never had a successful rider, and he just simply vanished from Dragonstone after the war ended. So we don't know. He could have went back to Valyria. We don't know. And then you have Morning. Morning is a pale pink dragon hatchling. She was born on Dragonstone during the war, and she bonded to Lady Rhaena, who in the TV show is now bonded to Sheepstealer. But in the book, Morning, the hatchling, bonds with Lady Rhaena. Rhaena is the daughter of Daemon Targaryen and Laena Velaryon. She has a sister named Baela, and Baela's dragon is Moondancer. So they're the dragons, according to the book, that survive. So, yeah. So next year, I think it's the last season, so it's going to be a big one. There's going to be, I thought there were going to be 5 seasons of House of the Dragon. Maybe there are going to be 5. But next year is going to be a big season. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, I just love that whole genre. I read the books. I think they're amazing. I wish he would get off his butt and just admit that he's got a writer's block, because he ain't continuing shit. He's just not, my opinion. But yeah. I'm out here talking to the birds today as I'm getting them fed, and I'm watching House of the Dragon. And 2 little birds, they just start fighting over the same little seed, and I yelled out the window, "Look, Kiri! Robust! Robust! Look, Kiri, stay calm, relax." So, what are you guys all working on? Enough about me. What are you guys working on? Leave a comment. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me if you watch House of the Dragon. Because if you're not, you're missing out. I mean, I tried to get my husband to watch Game of Thrones. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not watching that. I do think it's completely amazing, right? So when I started watching Game of Thrones and I saw like Jaime and Cersei Lannister like going at it, I'm like, oh my God, that's so disgusting. They're fucking twins, bro. Oh, sorry for my language. Excuse my French. Like, you guys, it's disgusting. But then you watch House of the Dragon. Oh, Daemon and Rhaenyra are married, and that is her uncle. So that's her husband uncle. Like, wait, what? But you look at that and you see it and you're like, okay, cool. Because, you know, that's just what the Targaryens do. Aegon and Helena, brother and sister, are married. Oh, you know, that's another thing, too. Like, when you go back and watch the show, and even read the book, right? I truly feel that Aegon Targaryen, second of his name, son of Viserys, King Viserys, and Alicent Hightower, I think he was a victim. I think he was a victim that was used by his grandfather, Otto Hightower, to have a Hightower on the throne. I do believe that, but then I also look at it from that side of it too. You know, maybe he really was just doing what was best for the realm, because maybe nobody would follow Rhaenyra, but we'll never know that aspect of it now, right? But I think Aegon was a victim, and to an extent, I think Alicent was a victim too. Because we can all say like, oh, well, you know, she could have just said no to her dad or whatever. If your dad was giving you advice, like when he said you either have to raise Aegon to rule or cling to Rhaenyra in hopes that she won't kill your children, what do you say? How do you react to that? How do you react to that? You know, so maybe she was, and you know, it was a whole mistake, right? It was a whole mistake. It was a mistake that, you know, that Allison did not understand what Viserys was saying, right? So we know this. We know this to be fact, right? It was a mistake. She didn't know what he was talking about. Blah 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 blah. You know. So at the end of the day, she made Aegon king on a mistake. You know, I just feel like he's a victim, and you know, I thought he was a little douchebag. Well, we all knew he was a douche when he was jerking off out the window. We knew he was going to be an asshole, but you know, seeing him now all burnt and everything, and he I don't know, it's just it's a good show for, you know, you look at it like for political reasons, right? So, you know, you can see both sides. You can see the side. I mean, I'm Team Black. I'm Team Black all the way because listen, I'm Team Dragon. How about that? So that being said, I can see both sides. You know, like people know or feel that King Viserys changed his mind at the last minute and spoke that last wish to Allison, which she took it one way, but he was really not saying that. She just took it that way because she didn't know the Song of Ice and Fire. So I can see where some of the people feel like he is the one true king and he is the rightful heir. But then I also see the other side where Rhaenyra is the rightful heir. So, you know, I think that if he would have just made, if he would not have listened to Otto, because Hightower was dead set on getting Daemon out of the court, right? Because he didn't like Daemon. If he would have just left Daemon as his heir and married Daemon to Rhaenyra, you wouldn't have had this problem. None of this shit would have happened. And you all still would have had dragons. So I don't want to hear about it. Period. So guys, that being said, I am at 37 minutes. Y'all know I don't like to do these hour-long whips. I like to keep people entertained if I can. Entertained. I don't know how entertaining it was, but you know, here we are. So if you guys watch House of the Dragon, drop it in the comments. If you have a favorite dragon, put that dragon in the comments. Because I love dragons, right? That being said, I'm going to hop over here and continue working on this and going back to watching House of the Dragon. Remember, guys, rawr, rawr in dinosaur means I love you and appreciate each and every one of you. Please feel free to like and subscribe when you leave. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.